A very good morning, class. So we have done the introduction about the chapter number 1 of power sharing from civics. So now we are going to start with the chapter power sharing, majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Okay, Sri Lanka, it was known earlier Ceylon. So now how majoritarianism came in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka got independence in 1948. Okay, so after the getting the independence, they thought means we are in majority. Okay, in Sri Lanka the Sinhalas were more Sinhalas were more than Tamils, so they thought that we are in majority. They were in majority, so they fought for independence. Okay, they fought for independence. They got independence in 1948. They wanted to make Sinhala community, means their own community. Then they sought domination through majoritarianism. Now what they want that we should rule the minorities. Okay, the Tamils, they are in minority, so they wanted the Sri Lankans, or you can say Sinhalas, they wanted to rule the minorities. So majoritarianism means a belief where it is thought that majority can rule the minority. Just as I said you that they wanted to rule the minorities, so where they can rule the minority disregarding the beliefs of minorities, means the minorities, they are not having any right. Okay, they were not having any you can say any right to vote or any right to say something or any right to take decision. Okay, so their beliefs, they were disregarded, or you can say ignored. Okay, now steps taken to establish Sinhala supremacy. Now what were the steps they took for the majoritarianism of Sinhalas, or you can say to make a Sinhala a community? In 1956, Act was passed to recognize Sinhala as the only official language. So in 1956, you can say act or law was passed. So in that law, what was made? It was said that only Sinhala will be the official language. Okay, means there will be the national language, it will be Sinhala, as people were speaking Tamil also. Okay, so but Sinhala will be the official language, thus disregarding Tamils. Then Sinhalas were given favors in university and government jobs. Sinhalas, they were given favors. Okay, so they were having more facilities in universities and government jobs. Then Buddhism was favored and given special protection constitutionally. So who were relating to Buddhism, and Buddhism, it was favored also by people, and it was given special protection, means people those who were belonging to this Buddhism, they were given special protection, and it was given protection in constitution also. This all increased the feeling of alienation among Tamils. So what happened? This all the steps, okay, because of these steps, what happened? The Tamils, they thought that we are getting neglected. Okay, so that means this feeling has arisen that they were thinking now we are getting neglected. Then they were denied political rights and were discriminated. So they were now discriminated also, and they were not having any political right also. Then what was the result of that thing? Due to all this, relation between Tamils and Sinhalas got strained. So slowly what happened, they were, means their relation, it was becoming very bad. The Sinhalas and Tamils, their relation was becoming very bad. Tamils launched struggles against Sinhalas demanding independent state, that is Ilam state. So what happened? They thought, means now what the result was, now Tamil, they started fighting. Okay, they started fighting with Sinhalas. They launched struggles against them, and they demanded that we want our independent, our own state. Elam means our own state. Then distrust turned into civil war. So all of these struggles and all this, what it turned into civil war. Civil war means crisis inside the country, means the countrymen, or you can say the people inside the country which are living, they are fighting with each other. Okay, means our citizens or our civilians. So they were fighting in the country only. Thousands of people of both the communities were killed. Okay, so from both the communities, you can say many people were killed. Then after that, this was the scene of Sri Lanka. Okay, so now here you can say that power sharing, it is important. If this would have not happened, means the Sri Lankans have given the power to Tamils also, they were also having the equal power, then this scene should not have been in Sri Lanka. So opposite to that, what was in Belgium, accommodation in Belgium, leaders in Belgium took different path. Okay, so they took different path from Sri Lanka. They recognized diversity diversity, means they were knowing that in our country there is diversity, different types of people are also living. Okay, so they recognized their diversity. They amended constitution, means they changed the constitution 4 times to accommodate diversity, means to recognize, to satisfy the people. So what they have done, they have changed the constitution 4 times, means from 1970 to 1993. In this time period they have changed the constitution 4 times. Some elements of the Belgian model of accommodation are: constitution prescribes that the number of French and Dutch speaking ministers should be equal in central government, means the members in the central government from the French also and Dutch speaking people also, they will be equal. Thus no single community can make decision unilaterally. Unilaterally means on their own. Okay, so they can't take decision, means one single community can't take decision, both they have to decide and then they can come to final decision. Then powers were given to the state government, they were not subordinate to central government. So powers were given to state governments. Okay, they were not subordinate, means they were not under central government, means if any state is having problem, so they will concern with the state governments. Okay, the state governments were not under the central government, they were having their own powers, so they can take decisions for their own states. Brussels has a separate government. So Brussels, it was capital and it was opposite. Okay, in countryside in Belgium you can see there were Dutch speaking people more and French speaking were less, and it was opposite in Brussels. Okay, so it has separate government in which both the communities have equal representation. So say there also both the communities, both the societies, they were having equal representation. Third kind of government, community government, was formed. This government has power regarding cultural, education and language related issues. So another type of government was made, that was community government, that was dealing with the issues of cultural, educational or language. Okay, if any type of issue is there regarding this thing, so they can take the decision. Then Brussels was chosen as headquarter for European Union. So what happened, like you can say that there is a union, okay, for one you can say one thing, okay, one profession is there, any profession is there, so for one profession there will be one union, one group is made. Okay, so if that type of people are having any problem, so they will consult with the union. So like this union was made of Brussels also, and its headquarters was chosen as Europe. Okay, its headquarters was made in Europe. So that's all for today. I hope that this much is clear to you. In here, in the case of Belgium, you can see that if they have shared their power, so there was peaceful environment in their country. Okay, so it was opposite in Sri Lanka. So that's why in this chapter we can say that power sharing is important. If we share the power, then there can be peaceful environment. Okay, and everything can be done smoothly. But if we don't share the power, then there can be struggles also and wars also. So beta, just revise till here. Next we will do in next video. Thank you.